period. In other words, no man can awaken the love within himself. Only the woman who finds him worthy. Worthy is the word. That's why I say show yourself approved of God. Show yourself approved of the woman. She the creator God. You the motherfucking ruler God. If you're not worthy from all levels. Now, I done been given command of the armies of heaven and hell. That means that I done walked the underside with wisdom and navigated the devil. Now I'm up here, you know what I'm saying, negotiating with the gods. I done already walked over all of the humans because they can't fuck with me. So now, name yourself. Name yourself in your heart and know who you are. Morpheus Mysticus Megas. I am the emissary of light. I am the redeemer of the righteous. I come that we all might be restored to our past and former glory. Now, we're just going to flip through here. Look. Pay attention. Pay attention. Everything I just told y'all is in this image. The triangle, the serpent, the third eye, working together, masculine and feminine, as Ida and Pingala, or Shiva and Shakti, or Isis and Osiris. Adam and Eve's story is the Kundalini story that is written within everyone on the backside and sealed with 7 seals. That's my number. 7 seals. So, in order for me to be the baddest motherfucker, I needed to open all 7 of those locks. I had to make an alliance with the 7 cycle masters. But silence is also a conversation, because just like you listen to what's said, you need to hear what's not. Nature doesn't understand good and evil. Nature understands balance and unbalance. Now watch this. Now, the mind here is represented by the green, the soul by the blue, and the body by the red or the pink. And the balance being in the middle. There's 3 things that got to be balanced. 3 things that got to be balanced. So, in color psychology, mixed with the secret royal families, the mind stuff, green, that's love. That means control your emotions. Right? And the soul here being the blue, that's the builder's lodge, this intellect. In the body being the pink or the red, right? This is the 5. This is the sister lodge. This is the red lodge, the Shriners. Right? Now, I gotta love myself enough to build a man, right? Unite with the woman and find the love. This balances the universe. Now, the symbology is all symbolic. This is all an internal process. Balancing my divine masculine with my divine feminine in the name of self-love. This is it. But now look at the Vesica Pisces. Remember, I had to show y'all the diamond. The diamond had to tie you back to the serpent. And this is an awakened ceremony. This is Set. Now everybody thinks Set is a jackal. Set is an anteater. He's an anteater. What are ants? Matriarchal. Who did Set go to war with? Heru or Horus, the chosen son, the only begotten of the mother. Right? So if he's an anteater, an ant is a matriarchal queen tribal clan member. He is a supplanter. Now let's go down here and see what they say. The battle of Heru, or the Christ, and Set, the devil, is within yourself. It's the inner struggle between the God self and the mortal man self. To find that balance. Because if you can balance your evil and your good, right, you become a whole different being. A whole different being. So that's what they mean when they say give you command of the armies of heaven and hell. Right? When this shit is over with, we all be free to find our way. I'll be able to show y'all everything y'all need to see at that point. Now remember I told you about the yin and the yang. What does it say? Love is light, embracing the darkness to reveal truth. Truth is darkness, giving way to the light to find true love. Now, this is what you call Ayurvedic. This is Hinduism, and it worked like this, right? Love is light, embracing the dark to reveal the truth. Truth is darkness, giving way to the light to find true love. This is the yin and yang. That's the balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine within the self. It's right there in front of you. Now, who did I have to contend with to find that? I had to deal with 7 women. I had to deal with a total of 7 women. The first one had to fail. She had to fail. This is the synth. This is from the synth, the Scythian. Right? She failed. And then this one reflected from the past, being the mother of the son, where in my before life, it was the same namesake, which was the mother of my daughter. That's the mirror. She failed. Now watch what happened. What is the yellow? Right? Yellow represents the gold. So these two gotta fail. I know exactly who they are. She was the blind, she was the redhead. Right? But she was a fake blind because she was a brunette posing as a blind. That was the first thing, the physical body. It was the physical appearance, right? The other one wasn't as physically attractive, but she had the spirit that came across as being a good spirit, her etheric double. These two failed. They did not meet their requirement. She had to be substituted for her sister in order to raise and pass me out of the darkness at the lowest levels of initiated, because she failed. She also failed because all she had to do, if she don't want to fail, is care more about the child than self. You're going to get everything you want if you can just worry about what's in the best interest of the child. She couldn't do it. This one threw the child to the wolves. She created a monster and then threw the babies to her. But that's a whole nother story that had to be dealt with later. She created the monster by oath and agreement and decree. She created the monster and then tried to feed the babies to the same monster she created. But the monster wasn't even a bad monster. The monster is she told me the exact life she want and what she would do in order to have the exact life she want. I gave her the exact life she want, and she got scared. She couldn't believe the power of following the process. She got scared and sabotaged her entire life and her children's too. This one became apathetic to the point where she's worthless. Has no value to herself or others. All she wants is me, clingy. She failed. Right? Now, the connection through this one was steel workers. This was another biker connection. Right? So early on, the biker connection had to be a detriment in order for redemption to take place now. Now, as I get here, now notice all of these, there's 5 of them. Now remember, it was the 7 sisters of the Pleiades. Right? Two stars is always separate in the handle. But the rest of them are always shining brighter. That means they don't fail. Now, the astral body is represented by the whole spiritual woman. This is the woman that is trying to develop her spiritual self, mental self, and her emotional self. Now, if you look, the most visible chakra that you see on her, because of the coloration, is the emotional chakra, the sex chakra, the love chakra, and the throat chakra. You don't hardly ever see the one that's in charge of your emotions. It's almost invisible. So she already got control of her emotional body, as that represented by the yellow. This one right here is represented by the green. Right? Green is pure love energy. Green is the green light. This is the conscious mind. So this woman has to be a thinker. Right? And she's in close proximity to this woman. Now, based on this, what I'm looking at, this one and this one are like sisters. So I'm thinking sorority. This Patricia, right? And this is the one. Now watch this. Now, in order for this one to work, here we are at the Blue Lodge, right? The Blue Lodge is going to be represented by another female. This one was harder to find. Right? Now, this is my number 22. You see this right here? So, this is a pure master woman. This woman is the one who has the ability to tell this one what to do in order to give Hiram the lift. So now I know who this one is, I know who this one is, and I know who this one is. So where do all other two come in from? Mirror. I have to find them somewhere else. Subconscious mind is an astral plane. This one is Tupac. I came to bring the pain hardcore to the brain. Let's go inside my astral plane. But now, there's a female missing. This is Portia. Subconscious mind. Super subconscious. This is the deepest reaches. This is chaos. This is Portia. So now all 5 of these sisters successfully did their part with 2 failures. It all matches up in my book of life. Right? I can tell you who they all are. I can tell you all of these people by name. I can tell you what they did to fail or to succeed. I can tell you who they are. Now, I'm almost done. We went to the Red Star and the Blue Star and the historical Jesus and the mythical Christ. Those are our schools of thought. Let me show you this. School of thought, historical Jesus and mythical Christ. The Christ story as in the Bible is mythological. But the historical Jesus is Isis. So I have to take the myth off the Christ in order to reveal Isis. This is J is an I. Just say that. Look at it. Spell it now. I-E-S-U-S. What did that spell? The E is silent. The E is silent because the I is a capital in front of it. Pronounce it. What do it say? Am I making this shit up or is this real? Is this live or is this Memorex? Okay, now. Know ye must become formless before you are one with the light. Now that's the ether. The only way you can become formless is you have to be consumed in the ether. Remember you seen the ether around my head in those videos? And then I showed you what it went. But I had to train my mind to be stronger than the emotions, or else I would have lost myself every time. And this was the prayer. And this was the answer. When you have control over your thoughts, you will have control over your life. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So it's when you have control of your thoughts, you have control over your life. So now I got to go back to the lab. I got to make sure I've got all my motherfucking T's crossed, I's dotted, and my motherfucking periods in place. Now, Jillian is right here. This Jillian. Because she had to send me to Hanuman. And then, once you awaken, you will have no interest in judging those who sleep. That's some true ass shit, because you look at them like, I feel sorry for you. And then I found the key. I opened the gate. Love is stronger than fear. Y'all gotta understand that. Love is stronger than fear. It's right here. It's showing it to you in a geometric form. Look. The heart is more powerful than the brain. The heart is about 100,000 times stronger electrically and up to 5 times stronger, 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. What do that mean? That means your heart can overload your brain and your emotions can drown you. So the love is stronger than the fear because the fear is a mental projection. It's not real. No fear is real. It's all unrealistic. When I realized that, there I stood. Look where I'm standing. Now, this is the 6, but from this angle, you can only see the 5 points of the woman. I'm pointing this shit out. The same intelligence that grows the trees from the seed also beats your heart. If the same intelligence that grows trees from seeds beats your heart, then you would understand why love is stronger than fear. Now this is showing you the processes. This was the awakening. The womb of the woman is the most sacred place on earth. When you believe this, when you know this, you cannot allow any unqualified man inside. That's where you got to prove your qualifications. If I ain't prove I'm the most qualified motherfucker on earth, let's do a little bit. Vesica Pisces. Now remember I showed y'all in the middle of the Vesica Pisces, when you look at it as the vagina, the middle is where you call the portal that enters in to the gates, which you call the pearly gates, which is your cervix behind the pearl tongue. So now the vagina is the third dimensional portal. What is a portal? It's a gate to Mother Earth. Now remember I had to go through the Lion's Gate, right? And in order for all souls to have a physical experience here on this planet, they must come through her divine portal. You can't live in this life if you don't. Now this is how I knew I had to go find out the school of Ganesh. See, now this is your Donald Trump connection, and the Donald Trump connection. I'll get to that in a minute. But you see this Thoth, and this is Ganesh. Why are they on the same picture? You don't find Thoth in India, and you don't find Ganesh in Egypt. In Egypt, you find Ta'ert instead of Ganesh. And in India, you find the Buddha. But here you have Thoth, his Egyptian form, and Ganesh, her Hindu form. So that's telling me that somewhere the presence of God in reality relies upon me making it through the gateway. And they got all of the stuff that y'all can read that on your own. And this say, I carry your heart with me. This is a poem. And this is my favorite. This is my favorite because it's only loyalty is when you have my back, behind my back, 100. That's some fucking loyal ass shit. Golden rule ass shit. Ascension ass shit. Coronation. Matrimony. It's all here. And at the end of the day, be careful who you mistreat in your flesh. You have no insight of their rank in the spirit. And I left it with that for a reason, because this is what I've been dealing with. Of the clans of the land. But each clan had their own traditions, and then we had what you call agreed upon conditions across the land as a constitution, which is actually what they call the confessions of Mott in the motherfucking hierarchy of the ranking in order to move up to the next level. So everybody got a right to be forgiven and forgive, but everybody also got a right to be a slave if they choose to be. You can't force nobody to be free, just like you ain't supposed to force nobody into slavery. I just said the Sarah and Sarah is not my lane. That's Rashida shit. She the one do all of the research on that and give me the updates. So whenever I know who got the most information on the topic, I have to refer y'all to them. Just like I had to tell Dane Calloway where the trust documents are. Once he has assert his grid right on the land to seize the trust document to settle the trust, then that'd be a wrap on the money tip. He agreed, certified agreed. Got the motherfucking catalog of works to prove it. So you don't have to agree with his personal life. That ain't got nothing to do with his job. His personal life don't got nothing to do with his job. His job is to announce what he knows to his brethren as best he can with the knowledge that he has for his position. That's it. Whatever he do personally, that don't have nothing to do with his job. As long as he did the job he was intended to do. He got to pay for his own personal transgressions on his own personal time, but his obligation to the people still got to be met. So that's for the ones that don't like him for whatever their personal reasons is. Your personal reasons is personal to you. He doing his job. No matter what you say, he doing his job. Everybody don't do their job how you think.